number one.
Welcome back, guys. It's the rapper Mumble and the gamer nerd Wiz coming at you guys with another Dark Before Dark episode. And today we're going to be talking about how kind of both of us started out with the whole content grinding thing. Me for YouTube and Twitch, and then him for music, as you guys know who he is. But how'd the last episode go, Jesse?
It went fine. Everybody really liked it and everything. How do you think we are doing for like views and stuff? Like, I don't know what you expected.
I think our views actually were pretty good for the first episode, considering we only have 17 subscribers.
Which you guys need to fix that.
Yeah, our percentage-wise for who's not subscribed and who's subscribed for who watched that video is very low, but we'll get there. First episode wasn't. What'd you say?
I said just push the button. Please,
just
push the button.
Just drop a sub, drop a like.
I don't ask a lot.
We're here every week. I think we forgot to say that last time, is that it's going to be a weekly upload. So we decided for now, at least, that it's going to be a Friday thing. And then we have something special for you guys planned, usually once a month, which you guys will figure out what that is eventually. But
fans drop.
Yeah, no, that's at 100 subscribers. We talked about that last week.
I'm gonna keep bringing it up until it gets requested.
Oh, I forgot to tell you about Cassie's idea for that. I'll tell you about that after this.
Alright, okay.
Yeah.
What was I gonna say? I was gonna ask a question.
I unfortunately cannot read your mind. I can only do that when we're like next to each other.
Yeah, we're too far right now.
It's pretty unfortunate. My connection's getting pretty weak. The first episode wasn't perfect. We had some things to work on. It wasn't actually too bad because that was all in one take. And other than the intro, but you guys saw that in the bloopers at the end. We got a lot of nice comments.
I tried my best. No, yeah, I thought it was pretty good. The only thing that I think we needed to work on was just what we assumed, and that's just the flow of it and feeling natural and just all that.
Yeah, because like
But other than that, it was fine.
Yeah, because like I'm personally used to like streaming in this setup, playing games and stuff, and like I'm the one that's like not in charge, but like it's my stream, so like I'm used to talking the most.
Whoa.
So I have to like.
I thought you were talking about the podcast. Never mind.
No. That's what I'm trying to like say that I need to work on, is like that it's a split thing, and I need to like calm down sometimes. Because like when I get into it, I realize that like, oh shit, I just talked for blank amount of time, and Jesse, I don't remember the last time I heard him talk, so we'll work on it. It's a learning curve.
Dude, I'm super extrovert, so I feel like the same thing of like, oh, I have to let him talk.
Well, I'm very introverted, other than in this fucking seat, so. So definitely.
Other than that, sure. Yeah, no, because when you go out in public, you're awkward as hell.
I can't talk to a fucking single person unless they start the conversation, and then I'm still.
You're the happy birthday to you too guy.
Yeah, I've said that, like, oh, enjoy your meal. Oh, you too. Oh,
you too. And then immediately wishing for death.
Like, I can't take that back. He's gonna remember me.
You know, he went to the back like, oh yeah, this dumb.
Like, I was dashing last night, and the fucking drive-thru guy was like, drive safe. I was like, yeah, you too. Yeah, I mean, I
You were
guess.
just thinking for future presence.
Yeah, I was like, I guess you'll have to drive home eventually, so hopefully he thought of that and not just like, oh, my dumbass. But here we are.
But yeah, no, the first episode I thought was good. I thought it was entertaining and funny, and I've only gotten love from my people at least, and they all liked it. I don't know.
Yeah, I've gotten a lot of messages and stuff, and the comments were no bad comments, so I will take it.
Yeah, I haven't had any bad comments yet. Unfortunately, though, this is my last episode. I didn't tell you about this, and I was waiting for the stream for this to be public, but this is my last episode. You're gonna have to find some other wannabe white kid.
I'm just gonna like move the face cam to the middle and have it just be me.
Just you.
Yeah, and I'll have guests on every week.
Use my name for clout. Yeah, just keep the same logo.
I'll still have your @, on the top right, so I can have your name in the title, but that's about it.
Just so I can have your name in the title. Just
yeah,
so you can't
so when you drop your album, I still get clout off of it.
No, so yeah, I haven't made this public yet, and I haven't posted it on social media.
Fuck.
Our last podcast went really well, actually, and we got some attention from a company called Kids Bop. And I'm getting picked up, guys.
I thought
they said, I was like, wait, isn't there an age to it? Or like, aren't I too old for that? And they're like,
well, you're mentally a kid, so.
That's exactly. They're like, you're homeschooled and you're 5'3". You're fine.
Like we
shave your face and hop on stage.
when
this is my last podcast. I'm gonna be too famous soon.
When you started saying like I didn't make this public yet, I thought you were gonna talk about the album. I was like, fuck, I just said that. I'm gonna have to fucking cut all this out. So I'm glad that wasn't the case.
Love the podcast, but I'm not giving you guys the album details yet.
All right, so
I could do that though. Of like, that's not a bad idea. Of like, oh, if you guys want to check out my new song, it's clipped at the last bit of the podcast.
Oh yeah, like marketing. Sneak peek and get people to stay longer.
Yeah, that's good marketing. Or like just throw it in the middle, so like you have to watch through it.
You can't just don't give you any like timestamps or anything, and if we see any in the comments,
yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, I'm excited. Gonna be on the road and everything.
Oof, touring with Kids Bop. I can't wait for the Kids Bop 45, whatever they're at now.
Kids Bop 45, yeah, which is now what the age that they're hiring people. That's why I'm getting picked up.
They're getting. I looked on their website because I was trying to find like our videos. There's literally 4 Kids Bop kids.
Well,
like, oh, okay. So they need to do some pickups. Well, before we get into the juice and the title of the video part of the episode, what are you expecting for the Super Bowl, since that is today? We're recording this on Sunday.
I'm really stupid and slow because you asked that, and I was like, wait, is he talking to me?
Yeah.
Like,
well, because usually when Jesse's in Discord with me, I'm streaming, so I'm usually talking to people in the chat. But yes, I
get yelled at when I respond because no one's ever talking to Jesse. So.
Well, yeah, there's usually like 9 people in here, and then I hear Jesse in the background like, "Hi guys."
You'll ask a question and I'll respond, and then it's usually Aura, and he's like, "Jesse, shut up. We're not discussing you." I was like, "Oh, I know my place." So now I feel like I have to ask permission to talk, and it's my podcast.
Well, if I'm stuck at the cameraman position in your line of work, then I'll take what I can get.
In your line of work. Big facts. No, Super Bowl, I'm excited. I'm really hoping the commercials aren't disappointing. Last year they were pretty funny, and those were always one of my favorite parts.
That's like my favorite part, unless my team's in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, which that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Nope. I really am very torn up about this year's Super Bowl because I have no idea who I want to win. I really am not a fan of either team.
And I think they're going to win. I just hate Tom Brady.
I don't like Tom Brady.
If you disagree with my opinion and you are a biggest Tom Brady fan, unsubscribe. I don't even care. Leave a dislike.
I don't know anybody that is like a hardcore fan of Tom Brady. Like I'm not like I assume Jesse's on the same page with me. I'm not saying that Tom Brady is like a terrible football player because he's obviously good.
He's obviously great at what he does. I just can't stand the dude.
I don't like him as a person.
Yeah.
Not like
he cheated against my Broncos. That's what happened. And yes, I'm a Broncos fan. At me.
Yeah, I'm a Seahawks fan, so I mean we haven't won anything.
So we both have poor decisions and teams.
Yeah, well, I mean mine made it to the playoffs. I don't think yours did. Maybe we lost in the first round.
But at least we have the Huskers. At least we have the Huskers.
Oh my god, I hate the Huskers.
Who have never let us down ever and have always been so successful in their football.
I literally went to that school and I swear I rooted for the other team every year. Like, I remember when Scott Frost was first coming on as the head coach and everybody was like, oh my gosh, this is going to be the year. And we won like 3 games.
Remember all the signs and everything of like in Frost we trust all over the city, and those got taken down with a quickness. They weren't even up at the end of the year.
Yep. Yeah, hate to see it. Poor guy. He didn't do anything wrong. He was really trying to help us out, but like I mean, we obviously I still think we got better, but we're still not good. Like I don't see us being good anytime soon either, but
it's going to be a minute.
No
one like the Husker fans got real quiet real quick.
Yeah, as usual. I swear we have the loudest fan base in like we don't have anything to back it up.
Oh, yeah, no, but everyone that's a Husker is so diehard. Their entire house is dressed in red.
Like, oh my gosh, I need 18 fucking Husker flags and... Oh,
yeah.
That's gonna hurt.
I'm looking at you, Papa.
Oh my gosh, I know, like...
Also, that could be an interesting guess, too. Having Papa.
Yeah, because especially a lot of censorship.
He could give us walkthroughs on like how to make grenades and.
Yeah, he was in Vietnam, so he has some crazy stories. Crazy.
Our grandpa, like most kids' grandpas, are like, "Oh, let me teach you how to use a mower," and I don't know what normal grandpas.
Let's play
do, ours
shuffleboard.
Like, oh, you want to make a lemon squeeze, or you can take a lemon squeezer and make it into a grenade, and this is how.
Yep, very fun times with good old grandpa. Yeah, no, they did not like us hanging out with him.
He wanted poker buddies, so he taught us how to play poker. Yeah.
Yeah, he was trying to teach us how to count cards and stuff. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. Like, Grandpa, I'm 11.
Like, I don't even know what poker is yet, but okay.
Yeah, like I'd be in school in kindergarten trying to learn how to actually count. I'd be like 8, 9, 10, Jack, Queen. They're like, Jesse, no.
I wasn't expecting that. For some reason, that made me laugh.
I entertained myself.
Yeah, he has some like crazy stories. Like, I love war stories and everything. Like, those people go through so much, and I have so much respect for veterans, like actual veterans. But we'll get into that later.
Okay. I'm really trying hard not to laugh right now while you talk about veterans. Salute to any of you that have served our country. Yeah. But I'm playing. I know you're playing Crash. I'm playing Cyberpunk, and my game is glitching right now, and I just paused it to, like, put on a different outfit for my guy, and he's butt naked.
I forgot you don't have nudity turned off either, so there's just a big old dick on your screen.
I just paused my game to, like, listen to what you're talking about, and I'm like, wiener. That jumped out at me. There's not often times where I'm just like, wiener, I wasn't expecting.
Yeah, I have nudity turned off on that game because there is so much. I swear, I see less on the fucking hub. Yes, I said that.
All right, next.
All right, so let's get into it. All right, so Jesse, let's get down to the brass tacks. What the fuck is Mumbles?
Hold on. We need to talk about your old man sayings. What's
I know. I have no fucking idea. I heard somebody say it, and I thought it would sound cool, but it didn't. Kind of like me saying the word fruition last time. I said the word fruition last episode, and I think I've heard that word twice.
Like that. When I heard you say that last episode, I was like, okay, you did go to college.
Yeah, but I'm terrible.
Just sounds like you were with your grandparents.
Yeah, I was.
I know.
But yeah, no, English is not my thing, so you guys are really lucky you heard that word with over 6 letters in it. I think it has over 6 letters in it. Like, I'm a math and physics kid. I suck so bad at fucking English or anything related to English. But we'll get into school and stuff later. But what were your reasonings behind the name Mumbles?
Alright. Story time. I'm glad I gotta say this here because a lot of people ask me that stupid question, and not many people have put 2 and 2 together. Only people that I've had like, oh yeah, I get it, it's because of da-da-da-da, are rappers, and that's it. Otherwise, everyone's dumb.
Yeah, don't leave out any details.
I don't know, I'm giving all. Trying to think of the very beginning. So back when I was like 12 years old, I've been Mumbles for a long time. When I was like 12 years old was when I was sitting down trying to figure out, like, okay, I want to make music. I gotta have a cool rap name. And at first, our lovely Uncle Matt, my middle initials, so I don't even want to say this because I'm gonna get people are gonna talk. You know exactly what I'm about to say too, and I don't make this public either. So my mom makes great decisions, and one of the great decisions that she made was naming me. So I have 5 total names for no reason.
Yeah, you heard that right. 5.
5, count them. It's Jesse, Michael, Alan, Dane, Garcia. And I hate it. Trying to sign my whole name sucks. But my middle initials this was an accident, I think. But they spell mad. Michael, Alan, Dane, the first letter spell mad. So my uncle used to call me J Mad Dog at a very young age, and I thought that was gangster.
That's the coolest thing ever.
Oh, I thought it was sick. I was like, yeah, J Mad
I
Dog.
remember all the time you'd be like, bro, it's J Mad Dog, not Jesse.
Yeah, and then I'd go, woo.
Don't do that. I was not expecting a growl out of you, but I'll take it.
I feel like who is it? Not Goonie.
Chungus.
Who? Yeah, Chungus.
Yeah, because he's on the ground.
But yeah, no. So for a while it was J Mad Dog, and then once I got started to plan out what I want to do with music, because I planned everything. I was like, yeah, I'm not exactly the most hood. Maybe J Mad Dog's not the name for me.
No, that would. I don't think that would have went out very well.
No, can you imagine meeting me in public and me introducing my? Yeah, man, I'm J Mad Dog.
Yeah.
I got beat the hell up even more than I did. But I was sitting down and I had a notebook and I was trying to go through all kinds of different names. One of my names, because I knew that I rap fast, so I wanted something to tie in with that. At one point, it was like Lightning or some super corny stuff like that.
I'm really glad you didn't go with Lightning.
Oh, I'm so glad.
I'm usually like, why Mumbles? But I'm really glad now that you said that it's not Lightning.
Yeah, it could have been J Mad Dog, could have been Lightning. Anomaly was one that I played with for a long time because I was like,
that's not terrible.
I'm different. Yeah, but I was that kid that wanted to be weird.
Yeah.
What other names did I have? I had a couple. And then Mumbles came on accident. So, Coda, don't you dare say anything after I say this. When I was in school, and I'd go to school.
In real school.
Real school. Well, okay, so I was homeschooled, but I went to this learning center type thing for homeschool kids. It was basically public school, but 3 days a week. Made no sense. And there was actual kids there, so I got to interact with people. That's why I'm not weird.
Yeah, that's why he's the most normal one in his family. But
that's another day. I'm on. But I would rap in the hallways and everything, and I wasn't writing any of my own stuff. I was just kind of going to town. Kids thought it was super dope. They were all homeschool kids, so I'd come through. Follow me on the planet around the game and psychology. They can never manage with.
Yeah, I remember he always rapped "Rap God" by Eminem.
Yeah, I would, because people would come wait, because that was when it came out. They're like, wait, can you do Rap God? I was like, yeah, with ease. And they'd lose their minds. But there was this one kid. He was like, nah, you're not even saying anything. You're just mumbling. And I was like, dude. And I took that to heart because I worked hard on this. It's not easy to say 1,000 words in a minute. But eventually I brought a recorder to school. And there's some any of my old friends. Yeah, I just brought a recorder if you don't like my rapping,
then look at this. Check this shit out. Yeah. I can fucking play Rap God on my recorder.
What about this? But a couple of my old, if Avery's watching this or John or any of them, I know they remember this, but I would rap in the hallways and everything. But then I started recording it and slowing it down so that people could hear. And then eventually I just got nicknamed Mumbles because they thought I wasn't saying anything. I was just going, and that was it. So I was like, you know what? I like that. And originally they would say it to make fun of me. And I was like, nah, we're going to turn negative into a positive, which is still my thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, it just kind of fit. And then I was like, Mumbles. And then I was trying to think too, because I wanted an original name. I didn't want to have to add multiple numbers or a little.
Yeah, that would have been my name. Unfortunate.
Could you imagine I've been Lil Mumbles or I had a 3 for the E or some stuff?
Oh my. Yeah. Yeah, who puts numbers in their name?
Yeah, hate it.
Don't look at the time.
I wasn't even at first. My brain was like, "Wait, does he have a number in Wizards?" No. I was like, "Is there a 2 in there?"
No.
But yeah. Eventually, Mumbles just stuck, and I've thought about changing it before, but now I've grown up everything I have with the name. But yeah, so Mumbles just stuck, and especially because most of my songs are pretty fast, and I mumble anyways. When I'm talking, even if I'm not super energetic. I talk really fast, just normally, and it's low, so you really gotta listen sometimes. And I mumble.
Yeah, I remember.
That's where the name came from.
I was probably one of the people that called you that because when you used to sing Rap God, all I heard in the entire fucking song was at the end, you said elevator music. That was the only word I heard come out of your mouth. And so whenever I was like, whenever he was doing it, I'd just be like next to him and then be like, elevator music at the end. That's all I would say.
Yeah, you just elevator music, and you'd comment it on my videos and everything after that.
Yeah, on his Instagram post would be like elevator music. But
yeah.
Eminem's a G, so I mean,
Eminem is a G.
I believe you now, so.
I believe you now. After I started like doing some cool stuff.
Yeah, after his song started getting decent, I was like, oh, okay.
After the songs started getting decent like 2 months ago.
Hey, we'll get into the songs and stuff on another episode, but yeah, great times.
Well, Wizard, where did you get?
Oh, my turn. All right.
Your turn.
So I'm gonna switch back to the talking scene for this, so I can fully focus. So how I came up with the name Wizards. Initially, it wasn't even like my choice at all. So I'm a gamer nerd, as we said in the intro. So when I was 11, I got my first Xbox 360. It was the white one, and it came with MW2, and I was so happy about it. And my dad was like, all right, so now we got to make you an Xbox Live account. And for all the nerds out there, you know what that is. Otherwise, it's like the account that you use to like play online with your friends and everything. So I was like, well, I don't know, because it like gave me some, like it always gives me some like random name to start out with, and then you get a free change once. And my dad was all like, what about Mr. Wizards? Because I don't remember exactly who it is, but that's like he used to have like his own TV show or YouTube channel. It's this guy named Mr. Wizards. And he was like some scientist or engineer or something like that. I tried to go back and watch some of his videos, but he's like really old now, and I don't really know what he's saying half the time. But so that's what he thought would be a good name, and I was like, damn, Dad, that actually sounds pretty good. And then I was like, I think Mr. Wizards was taken, so I was like, huh, my favorite car ever is the Corvette Z06. So my first ever Xbox name was Mr. Wizard Z06.
It was that for a long time.
Yep. The longest time. And then I think it's still that on Xbox now. Or no, I think it's Dark Wizard Z06. But so I grew up playing video games. So that kind of explains like why I'm still doing it, and I have a huge passion for video games. I always thought it would be the coolest thing ever to make money off video games, and I mean, I personally have made some money, especially in the last couple months. It's been actually a pretty good year for me.
Don't be modest. My boy playing video games has made over 4 digits.
Twitch doesn't like when I disclose the amount of money that I make.
I didn't say that it was Twitch. You just outed yourself with that one. I just said you made.
Whatever.
You
check me out on twitch.tv/darkwizards.
4 digits. So if anyone that's ever not supported video games as a career, I was gonna flip off the camera, but I don't know if you can blur.
I can, but that's a lot of work. So I'd prefer if you didn't. But yeah, and I played video games for the longest time. I grew up actually playing this game, and like Mario and anything like that.
OG stuff.
So that was the main reason we chose this game to play for this episode. But
we were talking about beginnings.
Yeah, so eventually towards the middle of Modern Warfare 3, I'm not entirely sure what year that game came out, but they released this app. It was called the Call of Duty Elite app. And what it was is like you could make your own clan, and you guys could have the same clan tag that was like yellow, which was super cool. And you could like do challenges and stuff to unlock like special prizes and everything. So I was like, bet. And one of the reasons that I started gaming and stuff was because of this team called FaZe Clan. It's the hoodie I'm wearing right now is FaZe Clan, and like I have a lot of merch from them and stuff. But so I was like, okay, FaZe, 4 letters, what could we do that has something to do with that? And I was like, what about like, I think our first name ever was like the Dark Scopes or something like that.
Oh, it was Dark Scopes. That was MW3 days.
Yeah, and I remember on like BO2, like we made like a matching emblem for everybody to have, and don't worry, it wasn't good at all. It just had like Dark Scopes with like the crosshair, and then it had like all 4 different snipers around it. And
it was like
white.
4 different snipers in different colors, and
yeah, it looked very dumb, but
it was dumb.
I don't remember why I came up with the name Dark, but
I don't remember. I don't remember where that ever came from. It just kind of stuck.
And I think I wanted it to be like with an A, but that was taken. So I was like, fuck it, I guess I'll put a 4 in there. And then it just stuck because even the D4RK was taken. So we had to do it like backwards. It was like KR4D. and yeah, but after like MW3, we were able to change it over. But the people who started Dark were actually me, Jesse, and my old friend from high school named. Hope he doesn't watch his videos, but fingers crossed, we'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's how I got started, at least making at least playing video games a lot. It's there's a long story behind like how it all started and everything.
Even for Dark and like our little group, so like we all grew up. There's a small group of us that's literally since we were little kids, we ran around together. And It's been me, Dakota, and his 2 brothers. And so we always were coming up with like, yeah, we're a group. We need a name. Do you remember Swarm? We went by Swarm for a long time at like the age of 10.
I remember I wanted that to be the name, but you only have 4 letters. Because
it had an acronym, but it was like a really stupid acronym. It was like
I don't even remember what it was.
Reckless. I don't even remember what it was.
Reckless is with an R, but I think it is with an R.
It is.
But it's all
well,
right.
we didn't know that. We
were youngins. No, I have no idea what it stood for. But yeah, we used to have like I remember I'm sure we'll get into this stuff a little bit later, so I won't give too many details, but I remember at Jesse's old house, he used to have this coolest thing ever that I thought, or I guess we all thought it was the coolest thing ever. So underneath their staircase, there was this little door that you open, and it's like it's supposed to be for storage, but we thought it was like we used it as a clubhouse, and that was the coolest thing ever. Like we would have like punishments if you did something bad,
which was always super messed up. We were like 11 years old, and we're like, oh, you won't help us organize this? Sit under the dark part of the stairs for 30 minutes.
You're stuck under the dark part. Like we're gonna turn the lights off and leave you in there.
Sit under the stairs.
Or you're like not allowed in the door. Like you can't come in for like a week or something.
Dude, our parents would be too, because they'd be like, wait, where's Zach? And we're like, oh, he's under the stairs.
Yeah, he didn't pick up after himself or something. It was just the stupidest thing.
Yeah. One of them was like lick the rug or some stuff.
Yeah, typical 12-year-old things.
Dude, I'm gonna unravel another memory. I don't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Just while it's on the forefront. So before Swarm, do you remember what was that name? It was like the 501 or something, and I don't remember what the numbers meant. They meant something at one point. But me, you, Zach, and Austin were going to start a band.
I'm having a hard time remembering this, but I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, we were going to start a band. We were like, oh, Austin will be the singer, Kodo will play drums, Jesse will play
guitar. That was when I was playing drums and everything. Austin,
dude, that was so long ago. And we were like, for real, we were going to start a band.
Yeah, I'm really glad.
And like we all started taking instrument lessons. Yeah, no, I am too.
Yeah, that would have probably turned into like what I don't want to say her name, so I'll bleep it out. But what and them started doing.
I knew what you were gonna say. I knew immediately. Yeah.
And when you like do a show at the mall and there's 3 people there and they're the 3 parents, yeah, it's great. But
your dreams, you can do anything.
Just keep trying.
Yeah, that would have been so. I'm so glad we didn't start a band.
Yeah, that would have been really bad. But and even at my house now, we have this like, it's not necessarily a tree house. It's like it is an actual clubhouse. Like the people that lived there before us, they built it, and it's like this like little house, but it's on like stilts, and underneath of it there's a sandbox. And like our parents and our grandpa,
pink clubhouse with a heart for a window. And
we don't worry about the colors of the heart. We
we
really wanted it to
details. We're not.
I was really trying to push. We really wanted to paint over it, but it never happened.
Yeah, we never did. It's still pink.
Yep, but like our parents and
our
yeah, it was crazy. Like our parents and our grandpa, they did a bunch of additions to it. So like, there's like a whole like fucking patio on the top floor of the clubhouse. And, like, they added a roof to the part, and then they added, like, storage underneath for them. But, yeah, like, we each had our own cubbies and everything. It was crazy.
We were older, so we couldn't even, like, enjoy it.
Yeah, they didn't do any of the additions until later. I think they added the slide a little bit when we were younger. They added a slide coming out of the door.
Add that slide. Yeah, that was sick.
That was, like, prime time years of childhood. Like, those were
the actual, like, good times of childhood.
We would have, like... We weren't allowed to have Nerf guns because, like, I don't even remember why.
Well, my mom didn't want me to have Nerf guns because she thought I'd grow up to be a school shooter because I had anger problems.
I think my dad's reasoning behind it was, like, oh, you know how many people get shot every year because cops think that they have a real gun and it's a Nerf or it's a fake gun.
I do remember that.
They're bright yellow and orange. But... I don't understand it either. So, our dumbasses thought it would be a better idea to have rock fights or acorn fights because we have so many oak trees at my house that one year we gathered up enough acorns in a recycling bin and we sold them for like $40. Like
we were trapping acorns, yeah.
And I thought
was like,
we were
you guys
rich.
Want to make some money? Yeah. We'd make like $20 off of acorns. And $20 was so much money to us back then.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. And that took us like a month to gather all those.
We literally had bins. We had like 100 pounds of acorns.
Yeah, it was some crazy shit for no reason too.
We really had a whole operation of trapping acorns. I don't even know where we sold them. I just remember we did it.
Yeah, I have no idea where we sold them. Matt was like, here's $40. Somebody paid me for them. So probably better just to not ask questions.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, yeah, that was what I was getting to. $20 was a lot of money to us. Do you remember back then when Grandpa would give us $20 every month? And like, A, that lasted us a whole month, but B, we thought we were rich with $20.
I remember I used to use that for Xbox Live, so mine didn't last me the whole month, but
dude,
I do remember that.
I'd go super hard on Clash of Clans. And I'd spend every $20 on Clash of Clans.
I remember you kept putting money to that game. I still have never put $1 into an app.
Dude, my mom eventually had to take my debit card away from me because I spent so much money on Clash.
That's like kids nowadays with like V-Bucks on Fortnite.
Yeah, they were the OG V-Bucks. I probably spent hundreds of dollars on Clash of Clans. And I'm not proud of that, but I did.
Hey,
I used to go so hard.
It's not the worst thing you can spend your money on.
Yeah, exactly. Most kids were doing drugs and stuff and bad things, and I was, going hard on Clash of Clans.
Yeah, like, get off me.
Or like I'd buy a Mountain Dew.
Ooh. I know, I remember Zach and Austin always wasted every cent of their $20 on food. Not even just like, oh, I want like some McDonald's today because I'm hungry. No, they would go to a gas station of all places and spend
1,000 bags of chips.
Then they would share their $20 and they would spend $40 at a gas station on food.
Yeah.
Like, you could alone save yourself.
And then we eat it all in, like, one night of gaming.
Yeah, we'd be like, oh, we're going to stay up all night and play Minecraft. Yeah. Good old days.
And then we'd have, like, 3 cases of pop, and between us 4, we'd drink all of it. That's why we're all fat now.
Back when metabolism was the thing.
Back when metabolism was the thing. Back when I didn't have to work to look like I do.
I know. Back when I had to, like, not starve myself to not look like a fat fuck. Hate to see it.
We need a fitness episode.
Yeah, so since the last episode I got a notebook. I'm not gonna show it on the screen. Well, I mean, I can show this part, but because like I have like notes written down for a bunch of different episodes, like probably a lot more notes than necessary, but just some talking points, questions to ask, and everything like that, just to get a little more organized and get some stuff planned out for the future, because. As we said before, we're like going full on into this thing, and we're so excited. Like we've been waiting for this to come alive for the longest time.
To come into fruition.
Yeah, that's what I said last time, so I was trying to pick a different word, but I literally almost said it.
I was waiting, I was like, oh, he's about to say it.
Ooh! Say that shit.
He's old. We're no longer kids.
You didn't get the reference.
Wait, what'd you say? I
was like, say that shit. Say that shit. From that song.
Wait.
From Whoop-Dee.
Oh, yeah. Say it. Say it. Smoking a salsa. This is one of those times where it's an inside joke and you guys don't understand what we're talking about. But we're going to watch this.
Should we discuss it? Just a little bit?
No, you know what? Let's just keep that one to us.
All right. We'll keep it there.
You guys
it was a good time. Late night drives the best.
Late night drives are the best.
All right. So we got a little bit on a tangent, but we're all about tangents here and just talking, but
exactly. I have a question though, unless you have one.
I have one too, but you can go first. Cuz I have mine written down so I won't forget it.
About your stuff last.
Okay, fair. All right. So let me hear some of your like inspiration, like behind like starting like doing your own music. So, like,
what made Mumbles want to be Mumbles?
Yes. Okay,
so back in the day, and if any of you make comments or jokes or whatever, just because of my skin color, rotten hell. Eminem was absolutely what made me start to want to write music, because my uncle Matt was super big into Eminem.
Yeah, I feel like everybody around us was just like an Eminem like fiend.
That was the first album I ever even owned. Like, I had the Curtain Calls album, and I listened to that thing 1,010,000 times. And that was the first album I ever like listened to that was hip hop. But yeah, so we would go in his basement, and Matt wanted to be a rapper at one point, and he was like, he's not crazy old. I sound like
I don't remember how old he is. I think he's the youngest sibling, right?
He's the youngest sibling, but he's like 34 or 35 or something like that. So
yeah, because my dad's like 41 or 42, so
he was in his 20s when we would hang out with him.
Yeah.
So he was cool. But he would rap Eminem songs and everything, and I looked up to my Uncle Matt, so I was just like, wow, yeah, we should do this. This is dope.
Back to what just said real quick about, he said he was cool. He's still probably like my favorite uncle to hang around. Like, he is the funniest motherfucker ever.
My uncles have always been like, I don't even know the word for it. They've always been really big in my life. That includes your dad.
Yeah, I would have to agree.
But yeah, like living at your house, it was sick. Another episode. We won't say why. I was spending the night
for a month.
But thanks, Mom. Anyways, back on track. But I listened to Eminem and I thought it was dope. And then eventually, when I was 12 is when I decided that I was going to be a rapper and everything. And that was when I started writing. And like, I didn't have beats or anything. I just kept writing.
I remember.
And Eminem, you said what?
I was going to say, I remember when you went to Texas and you had your songbook stolen.
Literally one of the worst moments
bad.
In my life. One of the worst moments of my entire life was when that stupid black book got stolen. That is one of the most mad I've ever been. Yeah, we went to Texas and somebody robbed our van and we were on a big vacation, so we had all of our stuff.
They stole everything.
Everything. I had a backpack full of my stuff and my black book that I wrote everything down.
Like, he never recorded any of it. It was just all of his lyrics for anything was in that book. And they stole it.
And I have some
what a bunch of assholes
that I still would use, and yeah, they jacked it. And I know it ended up in a trash can somewhere.
Yep.
Anyways, bring it down, Jesse. You're good. But once I started like making music, my artists that I was into then, or like artists I'm still into now, so like Eminem, Dakota's absolute favorite, Tech N9ne.
Tech N9ne. I was when I asked you, I thought you were gonna say his name. Cha.
Yeah. Hobson was a big inspiration, but that was just kind of like I liked what they were. Like, they stood big on mental health and like they rap fast and were crazy. Now, like, my big inspirations, King ISO's super dope. If you don't know who that is, move. But he's like the biggest thing that's ever came out of Omaha, so that's really dope for all Omaha rappers. Tech N9ne's still a big inspiration to me. My homie Dax, he's a big inspiration. And like,
Dax is crazy. I love Dax.
I love Dax. That's my guy. He listened to some of Jay's album.
Nice. Jay's album's actually really good.
Yeah, he was like, oh yeah, he's like that kid that does the first verse on #1's dope. He's like, I listened to a little bit of his project. I didn't listen to all of it, but it was sick. And I was like, okay,
my favorite song is still the last one. Like I that's on like my like driving playlist, and I will scream that shit. Like I don't know all the words, but I will try my best.
Wait, which one?
The Wolf We Feed. I listen to that so much.
Oh yeah,
I listen to it every day.
Yeah, it's such a good song. It's really a good song. The kid's dope. Go check out Dex. Go check out Jay Influential. But yeah, other than that, that was pretty much like my starting people of like who really. I mean, I listen to a bunch of artists. Like I know I listen to 1,010 artists. Yeah. But those were like the big ones: Eminem, Tech Nine, and Hobson. Those were the big
top three. Yeah, I was gonna wait for you to ask what my inspirations were, but I'm just gonna go ahead and say them because it was an awkward silence for a while. It was. And I didn't like it.
I was thinking.
I was like trying.
And I started playing games.
I was trying to be like quiet because I was waiting for you to talk again, and then nothing happened. I was like, I
wasn't thinking. I was ADHD was kicking in. I got distracted by a literal car on my game, and I was like, wait, oh yeah, I'm doing a podcast. I have to speak.
Yeah.
Coda, what are your inspirations? What inspired you?
Oh, what a great question, Jesse. Thank you for asking. I don't know.
Ryan Hell. Ryan Hell.
So my inspirations for starting like creating content and like making YouTube videos and streaming and everything. So when I was a kid, I brought it up a little bit before, but I used to be the biggest FaZe Clan fan. Like my computer's bugging right now, so it's not up right now, but like the background on all three of my monitors is like a FaZe Clan logo with like a different animation on it. Like
we're good.
Like this hoodie right now is like super like limited. I have like 8 of them, different colors, and like I love them so much. And I watched their videos every single day when I was a kid. As soon as I was able to get YouTube, because our parents were really weird about social media, so that probably didn't happen until I was like 15 or 14. But so my top 3 inspirations to go off of Jesse's top 3 would probably be FaZe Banks, FaZe Adapt, and I know I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, but Logan Paul is definitely up there. I know he did something. Jesse, fuck up. You watched him too, but I know he did something terrible. I know he used to be the cringiest motherfucker ever, but I also was watching his cringy shit when I was a cringy little shit, so it wasn't like a huge thing for me, but like I still watch his like videos like when they come out, like not as often. Like I listen to his podcast and stuff, but like he used to like vlog every single day, so it's like, damn, I wish I could make a vlog. So like 2 years ago I bought a GoPro, and like I've made a couple vlogs on my channel. They're pretty funny. Usually when I'm going on like road trips and stuff, like I don't do like the "What's poppin', Logang?" any of that stuff. But and more recently,
you did.
Yeah, no, I would probably die editing. I don't think I could make it through. But more recently, my biggest motivation for like to keep grinding and keep pushing out content is probably Mike Malak. I'm sure we'll do like a whole episode on mental health eventually, once we're a little bit more confident and ready to do sappy talk. But
get deep.
Mike Malak, if you don't know who that is, he's dating Lana Rhoades. I know for a fact you know who that is. But
I am actually unfamiliar.
I'm unfamiliar with her work.
She was the girl in iCarly, right?
Sure. I hope not.
I hope not.
But yeah, he is one of Logan Paul's friends. They're not really similar like at all, but they like met randomly, and it's a whole story about how they met and everything. But he's written a book that is probably the best book I've ever read, and it's like probably the only book I've read since high school, and like I loved it. Like I couldn't put it down. It's called The Fifth Vital. If you're a reader, check it out. We'll talk about it more in another episode about what's in it and stuff. But he's like he's hilarious. He plays video games too. That's not his main focus, but he is just such an advocate for like mental health and like to keep pushing and keep like just trying. And I've like DM'd him multiple times. He's never responded, but I still DM him to this day, like, because he has definitely done wonders for my life. So, yeah, he's probably my top inspiration as of recently. And you said that you were gonna ask me a question before I asked this question. What was your question?
Okay, so probably the final question because we're getting a little late.
Yeah.
For both of us to answer, I think it's a good final question for this episode. Dakota Dane.
Yes. You've had my attention.
Where do you see yourself going? What's Wizards' end goal? Where do you want to be?
This is a very hard question because I've been asking this question to myself a lot recently, so it's probably gonna get a little deep. But
introspection.
I have like January of last year, some shit went down that we'll probably talk about in 2 episodes or 1 episode. But I guess it was December technically, but at that point, I really did not know what I wanted to do, like with the rest of my life, and I still don't really know. But my end goal is I'm gonna still keep grinding out content because I love what I do. I have no complaints. Like I still have a full-time job and I DoorDash and then I come home and stream or make YouTube videos and I love every minute of it. I meet the coolest people. I'm sure we'll talk to some of them. And now we have a podcast to grind out. So, and I love everything that I do, but I also want to go back to school eventually too. Just as a backup plan, because ideally, like that would be the coolest fucking thing in the world if I could stream full time. But as of right now, I couldn't do that. Yeah, I want to go back to school, not for what I was going for initially. I'm sure we'll get into school talk in another episode, but yeah, I want to go back to school. I want to keep grinding out content and try to do everything at once. But yeah, I've also been having that same question for myself, so I don't have a 100% sure answer.
Fair.
But what about you? What do you see? Where do you see yourself in like 5 to 10 years?
5 to 10 years. That's a long one.
Well, 3 to 5 years.
I liked your answer. You don't have to know right. But for me, pretty much I've had the same goals since I started this thing. With my brand and just the way I treat it and everything else like that, I'm gonna get deep and sappy real quick. So if I start crying, excuse me. I make music, so obviously I have like my music goals. Like, eventually I want to get signed and I want to go on a tour and I want to drop a crazy album and stuff like that. So I have all those goals and stuff that you guys can probably assume. But like my long-term ones is like with my music, my mission's never been money or fame or any of that and stuff like that. As I really just want to, I don't want to be corny and say help people, but that's pretty much it. Like, I want people to be either inspired by me or relate to my struggle. Because, like, me and Wizards, and eventually we'll get to the sappy episodes, but like, we've been through it.
Been through the ringer, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sure most people have nowadays because
everyone's got a story, but like, yeah, but we both, I think, I speak for me at least. I at least want to, because I know I've been through so much, so I want to help people that are going through that now. Because I know like certain stuff related to me when I was going through rough times, so I want to be that voice that people can relate to, or just even to give people a voice. And that's always been my mission and everything else. So yeah, my main goals in life is I just want to help people. I want people to be able to relate.
That's
great answer. Get super famous and then support my family off of money or
that's
off
like
my music.
That's like the number one concern nowadays is fucking get your money, which probably isn't a great thing, but I mean, money is just so fucked right now. Like everything is going down the shitter, but it's great. Yeah, we're getting there.
Everyone has to fall. But yeah, no, that's probably my long-term goals, or any of my goals with music and everything like that. Besides, like what you would assume of like, I want a tour bus. I want a jet.
I want to be big when I grow up.
I just want to be famous, dude. That's all I want. I just want you to know my name.
Say my name.
Mom. I'm not gonna finish that. I'm not.
Another inside joke.
Another inside joke you guys don't get.
Yeah, at least not right now. We might get into that eventually. Yeah, because that was just too solid of a story.
I'm gonna rap fast on the podcast, and you're gonna give it. And I'm gonna lose it.
Oh, I'm so excited.
I am too. But yeah, that's pretty much.
I think that's probably good for episode numero dos. So. How do you feel?
So, I feel good. I'm liking this. Second one felt a little more natural. First one was a good episode. It was funny. It was entertained by it. This one, because I want you guys to like learn who we are. The reason we did a podcast, or at least that I did, is like I want you guys to get more in depth with us. Of like, know that Wizards doesn't just play games and make you laugh. I don't just make music that makes you cry or like bars. Like I got thoughts behind the bars. Okay, I want you to know those.
Yeah, you want to know where everything started and everything comes from, and like
like when I say something in my song, I want you to be like, "Oh wait, he's talking about this,"
and then you will know, and all the noobs that don't watch the podcast won't know.
Correct. So you guys are the real fans. But yeah, no, I think it's going good. I'm enjoying this. I like it.
Yeah,
it's been a lot of fun. It gives me something else to do.
Thank you guys for the support on the last episode. It means the world to us. I was very surprised to see that big of numbers on the views. The sub count could get a little bit of work. Come on, guys, you can do it. But if you haven't seen the first episode, I'm going to link it down below in the description. Be sure to watch that. Wasn't a perfect episode, but like Jesse said, there was some fucking content.
It was our first. It was good for us.
It was good for our first. We literally like.
We said, "You want to shoot this first episode now?" And we said, "All right," and we pressed go.
The only notes that I had written down for that whole episode was to talk about what we're going to talk about on the podcast as a whole, and then to explain how we came up with the name. That was literally it. So Kids Bop was nowhere near that list. So if you haven't seen that, I really
hated myself for bringing it up.
That's alright. It all worked out in the end.
What a hell of a first episode to bring up Kids Bop.
If you haven't seen that or don't know what we're talking about, we were Kids Bop kids, so we're cool.
No, you can't even say it. You guys have to go check out the first episode. But yeah, no, we appreciate all the support. Make sure to follow us on our Instagram page, Dark Before Dark, and our Twitter.
And subscribe to the YouTube channel. Yeah, drop a like. We actually had a lot of likes on the last video too.
We did. We had a decent amount of comments too. Keep commenting. Tell us what your favorite part was. What do you want to hear? What games
do you want to see? Games, yeah, anything.
Yeah, we don't care. Blow us up. We have no lives. We'll respond to your messages.
Yeah, I think we've responded to every single one of those comments. So
we will continue.
Yeah, we don't care who you are, what you do. Just fucking leave a comment.
Oh, we might.
Anything. How good we did, how much you hated the podcast.
Or if you hate us, tell us if you hate us. Tell us, like, oh, Mr. Stutters, can you get your stuff together?
You going to get some words out? English much? You got it?
Start counting the ums. I'm down with that.
Please don't count the ums.
Please don't count the ums.
Or the likes. Like, I swear, I tried one time to, like, stop saying the word like. And, yeah, it's the hardest thing. Like, you don't realize how much you say it until you want to stop.
Yeah.
But, yeah, it's
I think
super good time. But I think that's it for today. We will see you guys next week. Peace out.
Dude.
Woo! Alright, it was fine until right now, motherfucker. God damn it. The intro's the most fucking stressful part. Okay. Apparently, because you fucking had to record it like 4 times, but.
It was like 7.
Yeah. Super cool. Fuck, I ruined all of this. Give me 1 second.
You can't just bully me just because you do the editing.
I know. Yeah, I gotta make sure I do that so they don't know who edits.
Number one. Oh, number one. Number one. I'll be number one.